Oh my God, the Fever are trying to do it. The Fever are trying to do it. The Fever are trying to hijack Pauline Astier from the Connecticut Sun. So if you look at this right here, sorry, apologies. This right here. I don't speak any French, but I do know Indiana Fever means Indiana Fever. Not only that, Connecticut Sun are looking at her, and everyone thought it was a done deal. She was going to Connecticut, but Connecticut are looking for her. The Lynx are looking for her. The Mystics are looking for her. The Fever are looking for her. The Lynx have already announced they're Europeans. They've gotten a couple of Czech players. The odds of her going to the Lynx is low, but the Fever are now legitimately mentioned by BE Basket, which is probably one of the biggest things for French women's basketball. Courted by several franchises, Prague point guard must make her choice in the middle of the semifinals in Czechia. It doesn't matter about semifinals in Czechia; they're going to win every game by 50 points. So Pauline Astier basically is half the WNBA after. All I need to know is the Fever are looking. Like, if the Fever don't get her, I don't care. I don't care. If the Fever don't get her, I really do not care. All I have to know, like, I will sleep easy knowing the Fever have tried. Knowing they have tried, I will sleep okay. It's as simple as that. I'll sleep okay knowing this team has tried to get Pauline Astier. If you guys don't know who Pauline Astier is, she is a very decent point guard, and she is the same age as Caitlin Clark. She runs the point for USK in Prague. In EuroLeague this year, averaging 10 points per game. She's somebody that is backup to Leila Lacan on the French national team. She didn't play much in World Cup qualifying. I will say that. She didn't play that much. But France were really good. Like, everyone knows France are a team. And you're looking here, actually. 19 minutes against Korea. She played 11 against Germany. Played a bit against Colombia. But, like, if you're looking who she's playing behind, she is playing behind Leila Lacan at the point. So they are kind of competing for minutes. And that's okay. She's a backup point guard for France. She'll be a backup point guard for the Fever. She is, again, having a very good year in EuroLeague, averaging 10 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. And she's born in February 2002. 2 months ago, she turned 24. This is a player that is... And by the way, I do think... I've made plenty of videos about this. She is younger than Dugulic and Marta Suarez. Maybe not. She's younger than Dugulic. She's definitely younger than Dugulic. We have talked about that on this channel. So it's funny. If you look at my channel, I have been talking about potentially... People call me dumb. People have called me dumb for suggesting these players. Turns out the Indiana Fever are actually... And this is an organization that notoriously doesn't scout in Europe, which is why I suggested Pauline Astier. Because you don't have to scout. You don't have to scout to look for a 24-year-old averaging 10 points per game at EuroLeague. That's not scouting. That is reading. That is literally just reading box scores. Like, you don't really have to scout. And not only that, the Indiana Fever have definitely been watching Pauline Astier. Why? Because KK Timpson was on that team. Well, KK Timpson sat on the end of the bench for that team. But it's a really interesting thing to see what is happening when it comes to an Astier. How she's going to get on. So, I want to see, when did I make the video about Astier? I'm trying to scroll back to find when I did it. So, where was the Astier video? Because I think I did make the Astier video when I made a Buena Vida video. And I went to see Buena Vida play. It might have been middle of October. It was when I went to see Awafam play. And Awafam, like, I thought it was like, with Awafam. I thought she was the most obvious number one pick ever at the time. But I'm trying to see. I've definitely made a video on Pauline Astier in the past. I just don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. Here it is. There's a lottery pick talent available as a free agent. Lottery pick for free. Like, I don't know if I'm going to go as far as to say she's a lottery pick talent. Maybe in this year's lottery. Maybe in this year's lottery she might have been. But in general, she's a backup player. She'll be a damn good one. She can play the 1, she can play the 2. She'll come in, will make the Fever roster. No question about that, she'll make the roster. And apparently it is between the Liberty, the Fever are being mentioned. The Lynx probably won't be, because the Lynx have already signed a couple of Europeans. The Valks obviously aren't in the running for the Liberty want her. The Connecticut Sun, it was reported the Connecticut Sun already had her, by the way. It was reported the Sun already had her. So obviously, the Sun really want her, but there's now a lot more teams in for it. There's a lot more teams looking to try sign her. There's a lot more teams looking at what could be one of these players where you sign her on a 1-year deal, she becomes a reserve free agent, and then you then get her on a bargain 2 to 3 year deal. If it doesn't work out, you can cut her because it's going to be unprotected. And all these players are coming over. There are still probably quote unquote better options. Like, I think Valu Ayayi is still a better option. Like, if the Fever sign Valu Ayayi, if Ayayi comes over and anyone signs Ayayi, she's a starter. I don't know if she wants to come over. She's in her 30s. Oh, the Phoenix Mercury just signed Valu Ayayi. The Phoenix Mercury just signed Ayayi. Shit. I was about to say, I was like, who signed Ayayi? Who signed Ayayi? I was like, oh shit. The Mercury just signed Ayayi. That is like a starter level player on a minimum. Shit. And all these good teams, the Mercury, the Lynx just signed Emma Chekova as a good young guard. So all these good teams are getting players from overseas. Worst case scenario, they're here as long-term assets. Maria Conde, someone's got to sign Maria Conde. I don't think it'll be the Fever, but somebody's got to sign Maria Conde. Surely someone's got to sign Maria Conde. Like Isabel Bourlaise has come over, and Isabel Bourlaise is ridiculous. Say not Maria Conde. Geez, Maria Conde's gone to the Tampa. What am I talking? Mariana Ortiz. Surely somebody signed Mariana Ortiz. Surely. If not, I have no idea what teams are doing. But yeah, it is a very interesting one. Seeing the Fever are in for an international player. And if the Fever are looking for Pauline Astier, it means they're probably going to have their first European they have signed since Temi. Like, Temi is the last European they've signed. And by the sounds of things with Scott Agnes, if you listen to him, he basically implied that there was off-the-court issues with Temi and the team, and it all looked good on the court, but, like, there were issues in the locker room with Temi. I don't know, again, how true that is. I'm just quoting Scott Agnes here. So maybe Temi won't come back, but I wouldn't mind a Pauline Astier. She's much better than KK Timpson and, like, 2 months older. But anyway, see you guys.